Good afternoon, my good friend. Again, this is Dr. Turi, and I have been debating pretty hard if I should or not divulge something that's been preoccupying me for a while now. And I thought people are going to hate you for that. The last thing you want to do is to be negative about kids, but it is my curse to inform you of what the stars are going to do, particularly the dragon. Um, Again, to those of you who are wondering why you wear FBI hats, because I am the first cosmic cop teaching humanity to understand the face and the tools of God, cosmic design, and the higher laws of the universe. So I'm the first cosmic cop, put it this way. So let's get going into the newsletter, and hopefully you won't hate me too much. Maybe you'll say thank you. It all depends on how smart you are. Um, the title is pretty nasty on its own. The reptilius are after our children. You've been warned by Dr. Turi. Anytime you see that, you've been warned by Dr. Turi, you want to pay serious attention. And you also want to obviously promote my work because I've got nobody else but you to help me to pass on my cosmic wisdom. All right. Again, the radio show is going to be pre-recorded because I'm too busy. The host is too busy. We cannot find the time to connect. But again, it'll be done. Just stand by. I'll give you the link in one of my future newsletter. Same in Sedona. If we can't make it, I'll explain the purpose of extraterrestrials upon humanity. Something that all these UFO speakers out there who have never seen a UFO, let alone channel a UFO and ETs, but it is what it is. All right, first I want you to make note. The 8th, the 9th, and the 10th of May. Expect shocking news, shocking videos, explosion, large earthquakes. God knows what will happen, but I know it ain't gonna be good. So I'm preparing you. So same story, be part of the solution. If we can save one life, okay? Like somebody wants to go some places, oh, well, maybe I should be very careful. That ain't gonna stop the earthquakes. It doesn't mean you're gonna die in the earthquakes unless you are under one of your negative cosmic biorhythm conjuncting a negative plutonic window. If that happened, you're gone. I've been watching this forever. I'm telling you. So that's why it's important to know. I mean, you have a red light in the street, you have a stop sign. These are the laws of man. You've been taught to respect those laws. What the hell won't you understand or even respect God cosmic laws written in light? Very different than the Bible and all the bull that is given to you by politically oriented churches. So just be ready, make a note, because I will be there with the quatrain and the keywords once everything unfolds to prove to you that my UFO predictive legacy is not a joke. There is another opportunity for you to check me out, and it is. Now, again, before clarifying my warnings about the reptilians aiming for our children, let's recap some of the predicted dramatic news stories stemming from the last plutonic deadly window referenced in my last newsletter, Peter Exit, a very dangerous religious man for the US and the world. So if you haven't read this newsletter, the time is you know, to do so. The link is live. Okay. I always encourage my readers, my supporters, to always revisit my newsletters multiple times as my insights unfold, providing solid evidence again of my connection with extraterrestrials. So a lot of people talk about a UFO which they have never seen. What I'm talking about is not a light, it's not a walking, it's not something out there. No, it's me there, 30 feet under a flying saucer, and me inside That's the big freaking difference. Yet, I am not invited in any UFO conference to discuss what happened to me and what the message and the legacy or the curse or the blessing it is I've left me with, which I'm constantly offering and providing to you. So I'm a real thing as far as UFOs are concerned, yet the last person that can talk about it. Thanks to George Norrie and thanks to Tom Deinheiser. All right. So if you remember, I made a memo in that newsletter where I said President Trump will be experiencing one of his 2026 negative cosmic biorhythm. Okay. And I gave the date of the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Today we are the 5th. Okay. Look, it's all over the news. The president 35% approval rating is the worst on the US history. So somebody must have been right. And before that, I also said that any of my window will always produce earthquakes at or above 6.0. And the day before, we had a 6.0 in the Philippines. I'm going to put something under there to let you know how disgusting, ridiculous, and egocentric the USGS, Seismologist Institute in Pasadena, is, knowing that I send them very specific date of earthquakes well above 7.0. And when it happened, none of those suckers have answered me. I will put the link right here. That's why you need to come back. Sometimes I forget things. All right, so this Plutonic window was nasty. We're going to discuss this later, but in reference to the children, U.S. Marshal Operation find 31 missing children in Arizona. See that? Okay. A janitor, okay, in Phoenix schools attack and bite a freaking 10-year-old. Oh, no, that's the one before, after, excuse me. This guy, completely reptilius infected, probably full of drugs, biting a kid. Jesus, this is insane. So you can see how the children, it's already coming, it's already on the process, okay? There is a mass shooting that injured 13, okay? An incident involving youth party. And I always says during a Plutonic window, avoid large gathering. Again, 8 children were killed in Louisiana. Okay, again, not to forget the hundreds of thousands of kids that were killed in the Palestinians, okay, or in Israel for that matter. And all that's going on right now in Iran. How many kids have died? But that's just the beginning. Oh, yeah, you're going to find out in time. Now, let's see, this window produces very high emotion, destructive emotions, and the NASCAR race turns violent with an intentional wreck in the final lap. That tells you that you are under the jurisdiction of the stars and you are a robot of your stars. Like this very famous guru mentioned, the stars don't affect your life. What the hell's going on with this guy? And people follow his teachings. Well, maybe he needs to get a little bit more cosmic consciousness and realize the stars control humans' destiny and their emotional response to life. Antivirus, again, this is serious though. 3 dead. Why the hell would you go on a cruise during one of my negative cosmic biorhythm or risking your life, or during a negative SOS to the world deadly window? That's why when you're a cosmic cutter or supporter, Patreon supporters, I'll let you know a month ahead of time those windows so you can play around, or if you have to, because life doesn't stop, okay, at least you're being very curious, or you wear a mask or something, or, you know, plan your cruise on a different day. All right. My windows always depict, you know, famous death, and this guy is going to go pretty soon. So you want to know what is a Plutonic window and see a famous death before and read the quatrain and the keyword used for such a window? Click in it. It's live. You're going to see about Brigitte Bardot. I think she was very famous. All right. Manhunt underway for Special Force, a veteran of shooting his wife. You see, the emotions get so high. The reptilians are cosmic conscious. They know about those windows. And that's where they stimulate people to drink, to take drugs, and to finally kill everybody who commits suicide. This is what happened to Wilcox. Okay. He was not assassinated. He committed suicide. You want to know more about it? Google Dr. Turi, Wilcox. You'll find it. Okay. This is just amazing. A Plutonic window also directly affects Russia. Okay, and you can see that. Trump-Russia probes file, but reveals, because it's all about secret coming to life. Okay, this is the most obvious Plutonic deadly window you can get. Just pray God that you're not in the one of your negative cosmic biorhythm during one of these windows and try to jump out of an airplane, because you'll be dead. That parachute won't open. Or you're going to go and fill up your gas tank. You'll be at the wrong place at the wrong times. With a completely infected lunatic who will kill you for $1. It happens every day. Face the fact. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is evil. Again, why would anyone travel during negative cosmic winds is a mystery to me. Anytime I move, I go places, I check the stars. You know, I'm not going to cross the lights if it's red. Okay, if there is a stop sign, I'm going to look both sides. Damn, because you don't see the other side of my hand doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There is another set of laws. Pay attention. It's real. I show it to you all the time. Not also that Trump did say that Iran nuclear capabilities were obliterated a few months ago now. Yet some part of Iran nuclear supply chains appear to have survived the US and Israeli attacks. Completely, entirely lying to you, making sure your mind is so busy with fear and feeding your kids and paying your rent that you don't harass him with the Epstein file. Wake up. There is nothing to trust in this administration. They lie non-stop. But if you are glued to Fox TV, how can you need to maybe get out of the box of Fox and try something else. All right. This is a small excerpt of my Nostradamus Universal and Personal Dragon Forecast for all signs. This is what I said. Prepare for a significant rise in negative and distressing deadly news involving children and teenagers. And that could mean also all the kids, the teens that are, be sent to the Middle East, as well as prominent individuals from all walks of life. You're talking about famous people, people who have a position of power in every and everyone field, including the political spectrum. Their humongous ego will take the center stage in the news. Again, see the most striking looks of the Met Gala red carpet in Hollywood yesterday. And in time, many will fall into addiction, shame, and disgrace. They don't want to hear that. And that's a good news. They don't know me, because I would tell them. Okay? I would tell them what's going to happen to them if they're not careful. Jesus is amazing how people are so unconscious. The change of gods will take place next July. It's next door. Okay? And offering the nefarious reptilius, who are all cosmic conscious, which means they understand those cosmic wind I'm trying to translate for you, and they're using it. Okay? A chance to manipulate those Leo, which is life, France, Italy, gold, the children, the famous people. Dragons still come as wing to their advantage. In other words, being cosmic conscious, they're going to use that nasty energy, okay? And they are going to kill, destroy, and bring everything and everybody that is up there down. It may affect also the golds. If you're investing into gold, you lose gold. Maybe people are going to die of more heart attack. Leo, who's the heart. That's why France and Italy are also targeted somewhere, somehow. But it's in the future. I can only use words that make remotely sense to what I'm trying to explain to you with what I have. Now, last July was a deadly month for many children who died prematurely. And again, the quatrain below speaks volume. If you can relate to my visions, you see that? Again, There you go, click here. When I saw that, I said, oh my gosh, how can the dragon be already active? But that was last July, okay? And August, the months after regulate children. I can't explain how it works. I cannot. I mean, you're talking me delegating with the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness and the superconscious. There is no English words have been written to explain or translate such energy. I can only do it the best way I can, like Nostradamus used to do with Quatrain. And that's what it is. You can see all these Jesus, cosmic spirit rebirths, all these religious fanatics going crazy all the way down to the White House. Everybody's praying. They do not understand they are robots of the dragon manipulated by the reptilius because they haven't been educated. And they are in charge of our future and our destiny and the one of your children. Whoa, give me a break. Those in power were supposed to have more knowledge than we have, are the least knowledgeable of what the hell's going on. When you put somebody in power, which is a moron or a jewel, this is what you get. And the entire army in charge of this wonderful, beautiful America are not exactly related to Einstein. Believe me. Oh, fox dirt. All right. While many religious and atheist individuals may struggle to relate to my vision or accept my critical warning, my cosmic work is meant to benefit only those who are intelligent and curious, or people who are willing and able to make good use of it, period. All the idiots are going to cruise through the title and go back to TikTok. Now, it is more important than ever to keep a close eye on your children, as they will become extremely susceptible to the reptilius effect, especially during their negative cosmic biorhythm in 2020, the rest of the year, and 2027, when this dragon will be in full impact. So watch for February and August 2026 and 27, and then we talk, okay? And I'm giving you as much information that I can. It's not just whoa, put the green where the mouth is. You can't remember. You can make notes, and then you will see when it happens. You say, Jesus, Dr. Turi, you're right. Accident, suicide, murder, and disease are a topic I would rather not discuss with you, especially when it comes to your kids. Only time and the overwhelming amount of negative news about children in the future and teens will convince you of the reality of my UFO predictive legacy. And all it's written there. The upcoming Dragon's Head in Aquarius brings explosive energy related to UFO, AI, nuclear power, rebellion, and freedom. This powerful, unique influence will impact both personal life and global affairs. Japan, Asia will experience very destructive natural disaster and cannot escape them, and that includes Italy, maybe France, somewhere, somehow. All will transpire during my future SOS to the world deadly window, and I will be, as always, there to remind you once everything has been when everything transpires, when it's all said and done. Now I can go back and show to you, I told you so. Now, to gain insight, consider getting the ebook, because there is much more about you personally. Understanding the dynamic of the Leo Aquarius axis is essential, as it can either bless or curse you depending on your awareness of these cosmic changes and how they will occur in your life. Remember, knowledge is power again, while ignorance is seriously detrimental. All right. Show that you care. Dr. Turi, we trust you. We trust you. We know that you know what you're talking about. Want to have a reading with me? Well, you may want to read my last reading that I did. I mean, not the full reading, it's just a summary of the meeting, okay? So you want to check all that. I'm not going to read that for you. And I'll give you a better idea of how I work, because we are in time where this dragon, current dragon, is so nasty. Remember, the tail of the dragon is in Virgo. Virgo rules work and health. The tail is there. That's why at the beginning of the year, in January, when this dragon hit, there goes Dodge. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their job. And as far as I can recall, the last one is an airline company, and thousands of people lost their job. In the process, Virgo, work and health. People go berserk. Now you got the head of the dragon in Pisces, so they all sign up for drugs. They all sign up for antidepressant. All they try to medicate themselves. All smoke pot non-stop, trying to face the reality of such a hard hell induced by this dragon. Okay. It's a nasty dragon. He has even cursed me as a Pisces, and he has killed Wilcox. What I have lost this year is amazing in terms of self-esteem, in terms of work, in terms of committing with losers that are pothead, that don't even call me after ruining my life to say hello. Here we are. But because I have cosmic consciousness, I actually able not to shoot my head off. If I was not cosmic conscious, like David Wilcock, I would be dead with what happened to me. What happened to me, I don't even know how many of you would be able to handle what happened to me. Yet I am still here, regenerating and teaching and helping you, okay, to actually deal with life. I'm taking me as an example of the hell those stars are producing. And then you have this very famous guru out there, okay, that everybody believe and trust and wait for his guidance that tells you the stars do not affect your destiny. How come the reptilius put someone like this in power that can reach so many people with so much deception? Pretty much like the Pope. But it is what it is. You are on hell, my friend. You are either going to respond and follow all this dirt, all this manipulation, all this lie, all this conspiracy, or you're going to listen to your intuition. You know, that little voice in you doesn't lie, Dr. Turi. Especially when I put the green where the mouth is and I give you the option to check my work. Again, you have the right to be skeptical. If you don't know me, you have the right to do that. It takes a process to learn and to master what took me 76 years of my life to understand. And I'm going to pass on to you for free on top of that. But if you decide to go a little bit deeper, that's where you will regenerate completely. Yeah. The next dragon, Leo Aquarius axis, is going to be as explosive and as original, as powerful as this one. And it's going to bless or curse you depending on the house that it resides. If you don't know, you're going to pay the price. It is what it is. And I can just leave it as what it is. All right, remember, share my work because I don't have anything else or anybody else, not you, because reptilians have neutralized me. They don't allow me, I'm not allowed to go anywhere else but my little box. It's like, you know, only if you vibrate at my cosmic speed will you land here, will you listen to it, will you learn and grow with me. If not, you're going to miss the boat, like I did a few times last few months. All right. Dr. Turi will like you. Dr. Turi, thumb up. Again, remember, it means a lot to me that you sign up. Tells me that I'm not wasting my time in my endless drive to educate you in the understanding of God, cosmic design, and Jesus' cosmic ministry outside of the book of deception, religion. There's over thousands and thousands of religions out there. Can you realize it's wrong? What's going on right now in the Middle East with the fanatic leader of our government, religious fanatic Christians, and in Israel, the Jews all fighting the Muslims, an eternal war. Again, that was predicted in 1995 on Abel and George Norrie. I wish I had those show for you, prove to you that I saw all that coming a long time ago. I even wrote quatrain and everything that I could to make you aware of the power of the stars upon the human psyche. All right, the good news. The good news, the age of Pisces slowly but surely is dying. We are moving into the age of Aquarius, UFO, future, humanitarianism, revolution. Oh, it's going to be interesting. And once the dragon moves into Cancer, Capricorn, 18 months after July, that's when the full restructure of the United States and the government will take place. All right, my good friend. God bless you. I see you again. Bye bye. Share my work.